What's going on, Colts Nation? Some news here out of Colts Nation. Tight end Jack Doyle has officially announced his retirement. Doyle has been a mainstay in the Indianapolis Colts for really the last decade. He was unsigned as an undrafted free agent out of Western Kentucky, and he has had a really solid career with the Indianapolis Colts. He's played with a lot of different quarterbacks over the years. And I just wanted to take just some time to say thank you to Jack Doyle for all that he did for this organization over the last couple of years. He's been a part of the team. Overall, he finished 14th in franchise history in terms of receiving yards, ahead of guys like Marcus Pollard, for example, who was a really good tight end for the Colts. So needless to say, with Jack Doyle, he was always a stable presence in that tight end room, right? He was always a guy that he was everything that the Colts stood for, right? He was a guy that was willing to obviously do his part in terms of receiving, but also a guy that wasn't afraid to get his nose dirty, get his nose in there and block if he needed to, and do the dirty work there. So Jack Doyle's a guy, he's one of my favorite Colts of all time. He was never this mega athlete, but he was always just such a solid tight end. And I just wanted to say thank you to Jack Doyle for all that he did with the Indianapolis Colts. It's crazy, man, that Doyle came from really nothing. He was a waiver claim from the Tennessee Titans, actually, one of their last final cuts that they made. The Colts signed him off of waivers, and the rest is history. Doyle finishes with 295 catches for 2,729 yards and 24 touchdowns, 9 seasons with the Indianapolis Colts, and he also was named to 2 Pro Bowls. So, Jack Doyle, thank you so much for all that you did. Now, in case you guys are wondering, because Jack Doyle did retire and he had another year on his contract, the Colts will actually get their cap up a couple million. They were projected before Jack Doyle retired right around $35.8 million, all the way up now to $42.5 million. So this Jack Doyle news wasn't super surprising. He'd been mulling over retirement the last couple weeks, couple months here, and it's sad to see him go. But also, I think now it cements the fact that the Colts are going to have to look elsewhere for tight end, right? They can't just run it back again, because right now the only guy they have under contract is Kylan Granson, who they drafted last year, right? So obviously I feel like now, especially re-signing Mo Alley-Cox is a big deal. The Colts need to make sure that's a priority for them. And I also think maybe they look to free agency or they look to the draft to add another guy to complement this tight end room. But just wanted to break this down for you guys. Jack Doyle hangs it up after 9 seasons with the Indianapolis Colts. We thought T.Y. Hilton might do the same. He might actually want to play another season, but Jack Doyle, he's done, and it's been a great career. Thank you, Jack, from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of Colts Nation hearts. You're one of the most beloved Colts over the last decade, so thank you for all that you did for this team. It was super cool, man, to watch Jack Doyle rise up through the ranks, right? If you remember, he was a third tight end for a while behind Coby Fleener and also behind Dwayne Allen. And then when both those guys kind of, left and went their separate ways, Jack Doyle emerged as the number 1 tight end. I'll never forget, man, that 2017 season of Jack Doyle in the snow in Buffalo. I know the Colts didn't end up winning that game, but Jack Doyle had the game-tying touchdown. It was just beautiful, man. It was just beautiful. And that just defines Jack Doyle. He was always reliable, always there when you needed him. And I just wish him the best in retirement moving forward. But that'll do it for this one, guys. Let us know your favorite memory of Jack Doyle in the comment section below. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. It'll be interesting to see how the Colts address tight end moving forward. That'll do it for this one, guys. As always, go Colts.